I was like, cause my face dropped. And he was like, yeah, once he me bagana, me tree escalate. But El Paris has saying, me no one load the container. I was like, whoa. He drives an Escalade in Ghana. When he comes to Ghana, he drives an Escalade. But here, he loads container and that's night's job. That's hard. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode of Life in Paris. My name is Roby, and on today's episode, we are going to be loading. Yeah, we are going to be loading, and this one actually is one of the decent hustles. It doesn't really go on every it's not an everyday thing, but once in a while, it's cool. It's cool. Where, ça va? So let's just jump right into it. Let's just not waste time. So, right, let's go. Yeah, so people who live here who have families in Ghana or Africa, they normally Ibia so or Akabia 1 month I'm not call back to Ghana maybe for holidays or something. They normally buy food stuff. As you can see, there's rice, there's boxes, and some also buy stuff for their project. Maybe they're building a house and they don't want paint from Ghana, they want paint from here, so they get the paint from here, give it to us. We ship it to Ghana for them. So before they will get to Ghana, Ghana, it's already there waiting for them. So basically, those are the kind of things that are here, are in this warehouse. And that's the pallet we load our things onto. We load the barrels, the boxes and stuff onto. Sure. Some of the things become so heavy that you start to wonder but what is inside this barrel or what is inside this box? I don't take far. You know, if it's a barrel, you can assume it's heavy. But if it's a box and your mind no day top, then you just raise it and because you didn't even expect it to be that heavy. You start wondering but what did they even pack inside these boxes for them to be so heavy? And we don't use machines in raising these things, right? This is manpower and kasa.
Look at this, man.
Yo, be say sick of the video they record. That's why they do. The thing is heavy. It's heavy. Say muyeju. I ain't say muyeju. Let's not like me. I was trying. Muyeju. I wasn't exaggerating, man. Muyeju. Yeah. So we load it pallet by pallet. Understand? So you load one pallet. Take it from the warehouse, bring it outside where the container is. Yeah. These are not the prescribed boots or whatever for this kind of job, but I don't really fancy the cause we say I did free top bombing so I'll get hit. And when you get hit and they're trying to evaluate how it happened and they find out you weren't even wearing the prescribed boots for this, they are not really gonna mind you you get to. But then I don't really feel the hard boots and stuff. That's why I'm in my Air Force One to Chicago. weather reminds me of one time when we went out to load. Sometimes we go as early as 7 a.m. because some of the containers come in very, very early, and you have to start early in order to like finish early or close early. So, on a normal, even in Ghana, the weather gets cold like anapa, like from 4, 5, 6, like 4, 5, it gets cold. You understand? So imagine the normal cold and like arbitrary cold. Because on that day it was -2. Even my gloves couldn't save me. Like it gets so cold, like you are working but your hands are like they are getting frozen and you do
Wait, never see her.
Situation or you can misplay. Be now what I'm them grind for them and them. Money everybody like an anthem. Money all the girls they talk trash. With money your nonsense they make sense. Overpopulated money are the one. Million of billions money are the one. So help me God. He's Solomon type of money are the one. Wish me down, but oh shy
So there's a machine to actually lift the things into the container, but like being cautious, you'd have to take the lightweight or the things that are fragile that can easily break and actually put them in before using the machine. Yes, sir. A customer's thing now offer na a you have to pay for it. You have to pay for, and I bet see if you see come to buy for the customer because they need it like equally. So that's me operating the machine.
So why you need somewhere just the heat? Like
So basically, you load from the warehouse, as I said earlier, load them onto a pallet, pull that pallet out, bring it to where the container is, and hand it over to the people inside who are actually like arranging it. And this thing has to do with techniques, and because if you don't take care, the things might not even you might not even be able to like fill the container with it because it means the space is one. But there are people who are really experienced, like they can even load 40 plus maybe extra 10-footer or 20-footer container in a 40-footer container. Like, I mean, from the warehouse, you see, the container outside here is the same as the one in the warehouse, you understand? But some people are so experienced, they can load a full 40-footer container from the warehouse and put it inside this, and there will still be space for like an extra 10 feet or like 20 feet because our experience when Yama Shishinu, what I say.
as you get the money,
So until the container is full, you are not done. You might end up packing about like 50, 60, 70 pallets. It's because it's a 40-footer container, 40-footer container.
Something to sort. Any R&B, our money's involved. All my needs are the brain. Thank you, love, for the day. I saw the work, I just sweat.
Yeah, sometimes the container might be full and like they need like some petty stuff to like fuel a few places. And you see something like this, you can't put it on on a pallet, pump it and drag it out. You understand? So you just have to carry them. They are heavy, but then not to waste time, you just have to carry them and just take them inside. That's me. After the job, very hungry. This was around like 3:30, 4 p.m. Let's say like 4 p.m. Very hungry because as early I left the house very early. I couldn't even eat and stuff. So me very, very, very hungry. Like franchement, I was very hungry. I wasn't capping. My head was really aching because Charlie, you might see it as it's nowhere cool, but like a weight, like carrying weight. That's my paycheck, or what should I say?
I said that I'm increment.
Yeah. So for this one, I was paid 80, but on a normal, on the average, loading a container, you should expect about from 70 till about 100 euro. Yes, but the first times that I started, I was paid 40 euro for like 6 months. Now every month I was paid 40 euro, but I was still doing it though. You understand? But this one, I did extra, not really extra, but as like anyway. So 80 euro I think is cool for a job, like a side hustle. It's not really a job. It's like a side hustle, starting from about 7 a.m. to about 4 p.m. That's about 8 or 9 hours. I think it's cool. It's cool because most of the people who do it, they do night jobs. You understand? They do because if you do a daily or a morning job or afternoon job, you can't come and load with us. You understand? So they normally do night jobs. So they leave their jobs, they close maybe around 3, but they have to wait for the trains and other things, the system to start. So by 5 they are out. Latest by 7 they are here to load with us. So most of the times they are tired. You understand? Because if you in Anajujuma, now Abaha, Sambi Pija Nyama. But they'll tell you that is it. That Ababon and one, understand? So you because the same people who do this are the same people who own houses, big houses in Ghana, have their cars in Ghana, have their cute cars here, rent here and stuff. It's the same thing they do. So they'll tell you say you're home. Because I remember on my very first day I got there, like the faces looked familiar. I was like, but now I feel I'm about fresh. So I didn't know say Hana minimum and I say minimum or Ghana. So after when we're done, then I go in touch with one of them and I was like, Samuel Kaime. I was like, Pacho. I was like, oh, me bagana na wabi shiami Malam Junction now demakochia antino. I was like, cause my face dropped. And he was like, yeah, once me bagana, me tree escalate. But El Paris has said, me no one load the container. I was like, whoa. He drives an Escalade in Ghana. When he comes to Ghana, he drives an Escalade. But here, he loads container and that's night job. That's hard. But then that is the life. So, this is where we are going to end on this episode of Live in Paris. See, this is a decent one. This is a light one. We start from the light one. So, the next one is going to be like much bigger or much than this one because this is like a side hustle. This is not a main job. So we'll dive deep into the other jobs from the subsequent episodes. Thank you very much for staying with me till this time. I appreciate spending your time with me. See you in my next episode. Ciao.